Welcome back to our geometry classroom. In these hopefully short videos, we're gonna have a few applications with angles formed by a transversal that cut two lines. Yeah? Now, as we can see in both examples, the lines that are cut by the transversal are not parallel. Yeah? Good. So it's a good thing to remember. Yeah? Now, on number one, it says, name the type of angle relationship. If no relationship, write none. Yeah? So, we have this picture, yeah? This diagram. We have to come up with the name for each pair of given angles. Good. It says, give a name for angles 1 and 8. I hope you remember last time we talked about transversal and lines that are cut by transversal. Now, in order to find the right name, first we have to identify the transversal, and then the other two lines cut by transversal. As we know, a transversal is a line that cut two lines or more in two or more different points. In this case, line R is the transversal. Why? Because line R cut or intersect the other two lines into two different points. That's why line R is the transversal. Good. Now, what's next? We have to mark the given angles, 1 and 8. So, 1 is right here, and 8 is right here. Now, first, we have to decide if angles 1 and 8 are on the same side of the transversal or on opposite side of the transversal. As we can see, 1 is above the transversal, while B is below. So, they are not on the same side of the transversal, they are on opposite sides of the transversal. That's why they are called alternate. Yeah? So, let's write alternate. As we know, alternate angles are either interior or exterior. Now, we have to decide which type of alternate are, exterior or interior. Now, to decide if they are interior or exterior, we look at the lines cut by the transversal. Now, as you can see, angle 1 is outside the lines. Yeah? The angle 1 is not between the given lines, but outside. And 8 also. Yeah? So, we can say both 1 and 8 are exterior. Yeah? So, we add here, add the name, exterior. They are alternate exterior. Now, let's move on to next problem. Find the relationship between angles 2 and 3, or find the name, their name. So, first, we know what is the transversal. Transversal is line R. Now, we mark the angles 2 and 3. Yeah? Good. As we can see, both angles are on the same side of the transversal, right? So because they are on the same side of the transversal, they are same side, yeah? Same side. But now we have to decide if they are same side interior or same side exterior. Now, if you look at 2 and 3, both are between the lines intersected by transversal. Yeah, they are between, they are interior, right? So, what's the name? Is same side interior. Good. Next, angles 5 and 7. Again, because we already know the transversal, we just mark the angles 5 and 7. So 5 and 7. Now, if you look carefully, 5 and 7 are in the same location. Look, they are both on the same side of the transversal, yeah, below the transversal, and they are both to the left of the lines, yeah, same location. What is the name of two angles that are in the same location? We call them corresponding. Corresponding. Good. Next, angles 2 and 7. Again, we mark the angles 2 and 7. Now, as we can see, 2 and 7 are on opposite side of the transversal. 2 is above the transversal, but 7 is below, yeah? So they are alternate, yeah? They are not on the same side of transversal, but on opposite side. So they are alternate. Now we have to decide if they are exterior or interior. Now, both angles are between the lines cut by transversal. Yeah, they are inside. So what's the name? Is alternate interior. Good. Now, the last pair, angles 6 and 7. 6 and 7. In this case, 6 and 7 are both on the same side of the transversal. Yeah, both are below the transversal. So they are same side. Yeah. Hold on. I think we skipped 1 and 3, but we go back. Yeah, same side. And now they are interior or exterior, because they both are between the other two lines. They are interior. Yeah. Good. And 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Yeah? So, as we can see, 1 and 3 are in the same location. Why? Because they are both on the same side of the transversal, and they are both to the left of the lines. Yeah? Same location. So, what's the name? Is corresponding. One more time. How we identify the right name for the pairs of angles formed by a transversal that cut two lines? By identifying the transversal first, and then find the location of the angles. Yeah? Good. Let's do one more example. Good. Name each angle pair as corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, consecutive interior angles, or no relationship. Identify the transversal that connects each angle pair. Now, here is a little bit complicated, more complicated. Why? Because in this time we have to identify first the transversal for each case. Yeah. Now, as we can see, we have angles 4 and 10. Yeah. So let's mark angles 4 and 10. So this is 4 and this is 10. Now, these two angles are formed by these two lines that are cut by the transversal. K, line K. Yeah? In this case, line K is the transversal. Why? Because this line cut the other two lines, L and M, into two different points. Yeah? So, the transversal is line K. We say line K. Now, what kind of angles are 4 and 10? As you can see, both are on the same side of the transversal, which is K. Yeah? So, we can say they are same side. Now, but we have to decide if they are exterior or interior. Now, 4 and 10 are both inside the lines cut by the transversal. Yeah? So they are interior. Good. Now, angles 8 and 11. So let have angles 8 and 11. So mark 8 and 11. 8 and 11. Yeah. Now, how angles 8 and 11 are formed? Are formed by these two lines cut by this line. Yeah? So, what line you think is the transversal? Remember, a line that cut two or more lines in two different points is called transversal. In this case, line M cut lines J and K in two different points. So, line K is the transversal. So, we say here, line M, line M. Line M, yeah? Cut lines K and J in two different points. Now, what about 8 and 11? 8 and 11 are both on opposite sides of the transversal, which is line M. Yeah? So they are alternate. So they are alternate. But what kind of alternate? Interior or exterior? Now, we look now at the lines that are cut by line M. Yeah? So, as we can see, 8 and 11 are both outside lines J and K. So they are exterior. Good. Next, angles 2 and 12. We mark angles 2 and 12. Yeah? 2 and 12. Now, how 2 and 12 are formed? When this line, which is line K, intersect line L and M. Yeah? Now, as we can see, line K intersect L and M in two different points. So, line K is the transversal. Yeah? We say line K is the transversal. Now, as we can see, 2 and 12 are both on the same side of the transversal. Both are up, yeah, above the line, the transversal. So they are same side. Now, to identify, to decide what type of same side is, exterior or interior, we look at the other two lines that are cut by line K. Now, both angles, 2 and 12, are outside the lines L and M. Yeah? So, they are same side, exterior. Now, 5 and 7. We mark 5 and 7. 5 and 7. Now, in this case, 5 and 7 are both on the same side of the transversal, yeah? Which is, by the way, is line J, yeah? Because the angles 5 and 7 are formed when line J intersect lines L and M, yeah? Because line J intersect L and M in two different points, line J is the transversal. Yeah? Line J. Now, how we decide what type of angles are? Look, 5 and 7 are both on the same side of the transversal, which is below the transversal. But we may say, yeah, they are same side. Yeah, but what about interior or exterior? As we can see, 5 is exterior, this line, while 7 is interior. So we cannot say they are same side. Yeah? They are not alternate. The only name that left is corresponding. And all, indeed, they are corresponding. Why? Because they are in the same location. Yeah? They are on both the same side of the transversal, and both are to the left of the other two lines. So we can say they are corresponding. Good. And finally, the last one, 2 and 13. 2 and 13. Let mark 2 and 13. 2 and 13. Good. Again, we have to identify the transversal. Now, these two angles are formed when line K intersect line J and K, right? Now, line L intersect lines K and J in two different points. So, line L is the transversal. So, we say line L. Now, angles 2 and 13 are both on opposite sides of the transversal. One of them is to the left of line L, the other one is to the right. So they are alternate. But what kind of alternate, interior or exterior? To decide if they are interior or exterior, we look at the other two lines that are cut by L. Now, both angles are inside lines J and K, inside, yeah, between. So they are interior. I know it's probably it's difficult for now, but as long as you identify the transversal correctly and look at the position of the angles related to the transversal and then related to the other lines cut by transversal, you'll see it's not so difficult. But you need more practice. This being said, we are done for today. We'll see each other soon. Thank you for watching my video.